There are 4 types of people that watch your videos, and here's the type of content that they need to see. We struggled with this, really, to make the kind of videos that people wanted to see until we made this one adjustment, and it changed everything. If people aren't watching your videos, you're just simply making the wrong type of content, and you can't make the right type of content until you know who actually wants to see it. So let's do a deep dive and talk about what we used to do and what we're doing now and how it's just changed the game for us. I used to tell my clients that they needed to find their ideal customer, and everybody knows about that. Find out who you're talking to. You gather the demographics, what's their job title, where do they live, where do they shop, all those sort of things. And you get all that data together and you have the ideal person. And there's nothing wrong with that advice. I mean, there's so many people who don't know who they're talking to, who they're selling to, and it creates this confusion for everyone. It creates confusion for the people that are making the content. It makes it for the people that are creating products or services, and most importantly, for the audience, there's a big confusion, and it's just a big waste of time for everybody. It's no need to make content to know who you're talking to. So yes, you have to have the right demographic. You got to know it in as much detail as you can, who your audience is. We developed this matrix that gives us perfect clarity on what kind of content we need to make for our clients and for our clients' clients. It has been a game changer for us. This second step is the thing that has gotten us over the finish line and helped us grow our company to where it is today. So here's the overarching thought. Here's the philosophy behind what I'm about to teach you. While there may be just this one customer or these couple customers, that man and that woman that are buying those clothes, they go through 4 different stages before they buy. And if you think of those stages as a lens that they view the world through, like a physical lens on the camera, it's going to give them a particular perspective. And if you're understanding the lens, the moment, the stage, whatever you want to call it, that the client is in today, what it does is it helps you make and fine-tune that content to exactly speak to them in that moment. And doing that is a game changer. So there's 4 lenses, there's 4 stages that a client has. They're simply put, they don't know you and they don't know they have a problem. They don't know you, but they know they have a problem. They know of you and they know they have a problem. And then they're clients and you are fixing their problem. All right, so let's break down each one of these. First, they don't know you. They don't even know they have a problem. We assume people don't know about us or our company, and that's something that when we're starting out, it's a very simple concept to understand. It's not hard to comprehend. The first objective of marketing is, of course, to tell people who don't know about you that you exist. Now, this is where a lot of people miss out. Just informing your audience that you exist doesn't affect your bottom line. Yeah, you might get a few sales here and there, but it's more luck than anything else. If I know you sell shoes, but I don't realize I'm barefoot, I'm not buying your shoes. So you have to understand that the problem as well as the people that are providing the solution to the problem. I think a mistake I made early on in my career was, and this is one that I see a lot of people making, is that they're way more focused on marketing the business versus marketing the problem. No one cares about your business. They don't care about it, but they do care about their problem. If I don't have shoes, and I know I don't have shoes, and I need shoes, I don't need you to sell me on your shoe company. You're the right fit. No pun intended. You are right there. You're selling shoes. I'm barefoot. Let's make a deal. So what type of content do you need to make for people who don't know they have a problem? Well, you talk about the adjacent topics that are not on target. So let's talk about this target. The inner ring, that's the topic that you wanted to discuss that's actually going to sell the product or service that you have. The outer rings are the topics your customer is interested in, especially the ones in that first phase where they don't know they have a problem. And it's important for you to know what the outer ring content is that people care about, because if you can talk to them about that, you can begin to educate them on both the problem and your company. A word of warning about this, and this is the part where people really go astray, and I see it so much. It feels like 90% of all content I see, both personal brands and company brands, is just so off target. they're not even hitting the target at all. They're just somewhere shooting off in the woods. Some of the offenders are, of course, political content. You don't want to do that. Celebrating holidays. If you're a business, you shouldn't be celebrating holidays and making posts about that. Weird tangents that people go on about just random things, especially personal brands. They'll be like, well, I was in the line at the, grocery store. And, it has nothing to do with anything. And they think that just making content is important. Now you got to make good content. Being off the inner ring where you really want to be doesn't mean you discuss things that are not related to the topic at hand. It just requires a deft hand. You have to know exactly what to do. Here's a good example. My company, 98 Central, helps companies grow their revenue without growing their time and the effort it takes. We make it simple and easy to film video content. So we do that through strategic video content. These videos that I'm making right now, they're technically off target. If I was wanting to be bullseye in the center, I would be telling you about why you should choose us and, case studies that we've done in the past and how video can choose your problems. And I'd be pulling out charts and showing you all this stuff. But all the stuff that I'm creating right now, this is outer ring stuff. It's things that people who will eventually hire us want and they need. They want to learn about. Around the ring is stuff that's related. It's things that people that are adjacent to what they're needing and the problems that they don't know they have are needing to see, but it's kind of all in that circle around. So if you sell, HVACs to commercial properties, you want to teach people how to maintain their entire building. Best practices, tools, software, budgeting, all of these things don't sell what you have. But it does talk about the things that people who are interested in what you do and what you have, but don't know who you are and don't know they have a problem, that's what the things that they're currently looking at today. I'm spending my time so that you can see me as an expert and you can start following my content. And that's what you want to do. Before you know there's a problem, you want them to start following your content, say this person understands my world and they're helping me already. So second, they don't know you, but they know they have a problem. This is where a lot of people market to. It's the easiest marketing to do. And because of that, it is so saturated. Everyone in your space, I don't care what industry you're in, they're here. And if you're smart, you're talking in that top stage before people get to the second one. Once they're here, they're already in a relationship with you if you've started developing in that top stage. But this is where you're talking about the need directly, why it's a problem, what can be done about it. You're talking to people who know their problem exists and it's on the list of things to deal with. And this is important because it's not necessarily the highest thing on the list yet. This is where we get to that third lens. They know of you and they know they have a problem. So they know of you. They know that you exist in the space. They know that you have a solution to this problem, or at least you claim to have a solution for this problem. They don't know all of the benefits you uniquely bring. They may not know your exact positioning in the market, you versus the competitor, all that. But they know they have a problem, and they're actively searching for solutions to it. So they're digging deep. They're trying to make a decision. And this is where posts that are more focused on you and your company are most helpful. The types of videos that work really well here are case studies. If you're SaaS, we've also found a lot of success going deep into features, these little did you know type content. The difference between the second lens and the third lens is second lens is more focused on problem, third lens is more focused on the company itself and how they solve the problem. Not so much the company. Don't be selfish with your content, but you want to talk about this is how we're actively solving this problem. So last lens, they're clients, they're customers, and you're actively fixing their problem. At this point, they paid whatever you're charging to buy whatever you're selling to fix whatever problem they're having. And here's another really good opportunity to grow your following and increase sales. Instead of just going, okay, great, you bought the product, I've taken you through all the different stages, I've convinced you to buy. Thank you so much. This has been a pleasure. This type of content is important because it allows you to continue that relationship. You've already have a warm lead, right? Why not keep fostering that and keep growing that and doing more together? So if you have people that believe enough in you and that they paid good money to you, you got to foster that relationship. take it to the next level. For our SaaS clients, we've helped them create videos that deep dive into pro features, release quarterly updates, that sort of thing. For product clients, it's all about the latest products, how you can use what you already have. For people that are selling things that need maintenance, there's a lot of like, hey, here's how you best uses, how to take care of the product. All of this content fosters goodwill with your clients and helps them. And you have this built-in force. You have this built-in percentage of people when you're releasing new content or you're releasing a new product that will already buy it. Another thing that's cool about talking to people in this lens is that digital content, if done right, it's almost like giving away a t-shirt. And I say that because if I give you a really nice t-shirt, come Saturday or maybe during the workday, depending on where you work, you might wear it. You might support my logo, and there's some free advertising there. Obviously, relational marketing is so important, so huge, works really well. And giving that person a t-shirt is a great little bit of goodwill. If you create content that people want to be aligned with, that they say, hey, this is smart content, this is a smart video, this is insightful, this is something that I want to align myself with, that I think is cool enough that I share on my social media platforms, that's another form of them wearing the t-shirt. And we talk about that in our companies, like what's content that we can make that turns into a t-shirt that people can wear and that people can support you. You see that a lot with a lot of big brands, right? And there's so many brands that have done that very well, but you don't have to have a physical brand. You don't have to be Nike for people to do that. So those are the 4 types of lenses. Those are the ways that you can communicate to the right people, but not just the right people in the right stages, and get your content tightened up. There's something we create called the Matrix that takes all this content, combines it with the pillars. It's a whole thing. We'll be talking about that in another video.